The United States did not require passage lists until 1820 because of the Steerage Act of 1819. The Steerage Act required the master of each ship to provide a manifest or list of all passengers boarded at foreign ports. The most common port was Ellis Island. New Orleans and San Francisco were also common ports of entry. But there are other ports in which people entered the United States. Some people entered ports in other countries, such as Canada and Mexico, and then came into the United States through land entry. In most recent times, people have come by airplane, so you might need to look for passenger lists from an airplane. This video will show you a few examples of passenger lists and what to look for on these passenger lists. All right, I want to start the video with James Sharp. At one time I had seen the passenger list, and I came to him and found no memories, and I was quite shocked that I hadn't put a copy of that up here. And I went to sources. I thought maybe it's under sources, but I could not find any passenger list under the sources. So I started looking on Family Search. I couldn't find it at first. I did find it, and I will show you how I found it, but I went to Ancestry. And so I did a search, and I did immigration and travel, and then up here is passenger lists. And I just typed in James Sharp. His birth year is 1813, and I happen to know that he came in 1842. That was helpful. And I did a search, and it comes up to this New Orleans passenger list. And there it is. I will go ahead and show you here. They are kind of down here on the bottom, I think. It's kind of hard to read. Let's see. I know, fast way. Okay, there it is, right there. Okay. Anyways, if you blow it up, this is James Sharp. He's 29. That's Jane, Jayne. Sharp, she's 28. Male and female. Then they have Sarah Ann Sharp. She's an infant. And this is what I found out from here. Here's Joseph Sharp, and his name is crossed out. He's 4, he's a male. And then if you come over here, it says that he died on the 23rd of February. So he died on that ship. And before this, I didn't even have his name. And so I was able to add his name and then also his death date. So that's how I found that. This record, this passenger list, that's one of the ways. Now, I'm going to go in here and we do search records. And because I know that it came in Louisiana, New Orleans, and it's this 1820 to 1945 record. And I put in James Sharp. And I figured that out because over here it tells me it's 1820 to 1902, and that's how I figured out which one it was here. And it says birth year 1813. I'll put that in. And he comes up first thing right here. So I can now attach this record to him. So I'm going to click here, and and there it is. That's the same record that we just looked at. And we can attach it. And here's James Sharp. If not, I would go over here, take his ID number, put that ID number in there, but he comes up, so I'm going to select him. We'll put him here, and I can add that record there. Now, if I wanted to, I could take this record here, I could save it to my computer, and then I could have taken memories and I could have uploaded that document there. So that is another way. And then when you go into sources, you can say add source and add from your memories source, and it will attach it to that record that you have up there. But since I was able to find it in Family Search, I chose to do that. It takes it and it puts it in chronological order. If yours are not in chronological order, do the options and click on chronological order. Anyways, I hope that's helpful, and I will show you a few more examples. All right, we're going to cover some of the passenger lists. There's a lot to cover, and hopefully I get it all right. There's so much I have to learn in doing this, but I want to show you what I do know. So this is not actually one of my relatives, but this person is in Paradise Valley, Nevada, where my mother grew up and my grandparents lived, where my grandfather was born and raised. So I wanted to show you Lodovico Ramasco. He's from Italy, and I wanted to see if he was on a passenger list. So I look at the sources, and there's a 1900 census. He died in 1901. So I am going to click on View Sources, view the source, and go here, and I want to show you in the census what we find. So down here it has his name, and he's male, age 45, born 1899, birth date February 1855, Italy. He's married, white, married 20 years. Labor, Italy. Now let's take a look at the actual record. So let's see, where is he at? I should have, okay. Here he is right here. Lodovico Ramasco. And there's that information, and this is what I want to show you over here. It says 1899. He's been in the country 1 year. This is the year that he immigrated. He immigrated in 1899. He is an alien, meaning he has not become naturalized. He is from Italy. Then we come up here, let's look at this. So it does tell you here, year of immigration, number of years in the United States, and if they are naturalized. We see here NA. That means that person has gone through the citizenship and become a naturalized citizen. This is an alien. And then here is PA. That means that they have put in their paperwork to become a citizen of the United States, and then they have to wait. I believe it was 5 years. I need to look that up. But I think it's 5 years that they have to wait. Anyway, so that's what I want to show you here. And just want to note, when you're looking for somebody, where did he go? Here he is right here. Now notice he came from Italy. And 2 down is Jose Ramasco. He's only 16. He is also from Italy. And he came in 1899. I do not know the relationship between Jose and Lodovico, but I am pretty sure that they are both related. So I am going to go over here to, I did search records, and I clicked on records, and it brought me to this page. And I'm going to do New York passenger list, and I'm going to do this Ellis Island records. I'm going to type in Ramasco, and I think I did LOD, and I just did this and did a search. I'm hoping it works. Lodovico Ramasco, and he came in 1899, and his birth is 1857. Now I have up here that he was born 1855. So let's actually look at this record. We can click here to actually look at this. Make it bigger, and I'm going to put this down. Ludvico Ramasco, 42. He's married. He's a Mason. He is from Sagliano, which is in Italy. We have Italian, and that's got those, so he's Italian from Sagliano. And here, at first looked at it, it looks like Vienna, but if you look underneath here, I'm going to blow this up. That says Winnemucca, Nevada. Now, Paradise Valley is just outside of Winnemucca, Nevada. And my guess is that he knew somebody that was in Winnemucca working, and they told him that there was work there, and so he was coming. And it says that he went to his sponsor is a cousin, and it says Alfonso Pasquet. Now let's look at this 1900 census. I bet that's his cousin right there. That's who he's living with, Alfonso Pascal. And he also came from Italy, and he came in 1871, and he is a naturalized citizen. So that is his cousin, most likely. So that's one of the ways you can look for these passenger lists. Now let's go back over here, and we're going to go back and back. And I want to attach this record. I thought I could just click. So there we go. We're going to attach to this family, to this person. And it asked me to select. I could put in his number. If you don't know it, you can come up here, copy that number, and put it in. But it actually has him right here, so I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to type this in. I'm going to standardize this. And that one's already standardized. And I know that's in Italy, so I will add that. And I don't know which one of these it is, so I'm just going to click on that one to standardize it and save it. And see, that was the person who sponsored him. So, that's how you do that. So let's go back here to search. I just want to search records. Now, I did the New York one because I was pretty sure he came through Ellis Island. But you can just type in here, passenger lists, and we have some from Samoa, from Australia, Brazil. Here's California. Here's an airplane passenger list from Honolulu, Hawaii. And this is 1947 to 1948. So the ones that are already indexed, you can pull up through here. And you can just go through here and look and see all the different passenger lists. So most, like this one on the airplane, now where did I see that one? Passenger list right there. These are probably people who are already citizens and just were flying to Hawaii and coming back. But most of these other ones are people that are coming from another country and coming into the United States. Let's see if there was one. Here's one from Canada. Now, you may have an ancestor who came into Canada and then came to the United States. So this might be a record you want to look for, is this Canadian passenger list going from Canada, coming from Canada and coming into the United States. Okay, I'm going to take a quick pause and show you another example. Alright, on this one is for Jerome Etchegoen, and this is my aunt's father. And I knew I had seen his passport, and when I looked over here I didn't see it, and I wanted to upload it. So, but then I thought, well, I'll try the sources, and so I looked over here, and there it is. it has been attached already. So let's view this. And I want to look at it, just want to show you. Okay, here it is. These are kind of hard to read, but I kind of want to go through the manifest. It's going to tell you SS, and that's the name of the ship. It's Caroline, sailing from, it looks like Harre. I'm not sure where that is. And it sailed on the 17th of December, 1910. So you want to look on these passenger lists, if it gives the ship they were on, from where, and when and I'm not sure if that's when they left. I think that's when he left. I'm not sure exactly when he arrived. But it may be the arrival date. I'm not positive on that. He is the third person here. It's Jerome Etchigoen, and he's 17 years old. And it says he's a male, and that's an S for single. He's a farm laborer. He can read and write. He's from France, because you've got the quotes. He speaks French. And he is from Bassem, is where it says he's the city or town of his residence. Now over here, this is the hard part. What you have to do is look at these lines here and here, and this information you follow it through. So there's a little dotted line. And it tells who his mother is. Mother Etchigoen is his name of complete address of nearest relative or friend in country whence alien came. And it says Catherine, and it looks like that same town, Bassem, France. And it says the state, and this is Nevada, Golconda. Now that is very close to Winnemucca. And when I looked in Golconda, I could not find his mother. I don't know if she came here, but let's look at it again. It says Etchigoen, and that's C-A-T-H-E-R, Catherine. I don't know if they were just asking for, maybe he didn't understand and gave his mother's name. But down here it says relationship to brother, Peter Etchigoen. And his brother Peter is in Golconda. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, Nevada. I could not find his mother. But on these passenger lists, it is hard to read, but what you're looking for is a location. I know that looks like November, but I know it's Nevada, and that is the city or the town of where they are going. And then usually it tells who they're going to see in that town, or who their sponsor is. And then, of course, just like on his, it says farm labor. So you can look and see what their occupation was. Anyways, that's what I wanted to show you on Jerome. Right, I want to show you two other ways to look for passenger lists other than on Family Search. This one is on Ancestry. I don't do too many videos using Ancestry, even though I do use it a lot. But if you do a search, you can go down here to Immigration and Travel. Oh, and of course I get, sorry, this page is stripped. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, so for passenger arrivals, you would go right here on this one. And this is the Ellis Island records here, and you would just type in the name. Let me just do Ramasco, that's who we did earlier. Just type in the last name. And then different names come up, and it gives you the indexed information, but it's always a good idea to actually look at the record. So let me just look at one. I haven't done this, and actually pull this up, and let's see what we find. let's just go through. So these people are all from Italy. We have all of these people are from Italy. Well, nationality is Italian, Italy, and it looks like they're all from the same place, wherever this is. They're going to Toronto, Ontario, maybe? Not sure. To whom was passage paid by themselves? Okay, how much money they had. But this is what you want to look at. This tells you the relative that they're going to. It says cousin, Deltrice Osborne. This one says father. That one is probably brother, Domingo something. If it's your family, then you might be able to read these names a little bit better. Many times they do give an address, like this one says 262 Chestnut. Doesn't say where. There's cousin, there's nephew, I don't know, his brother. That one actually gives the address in Boston, Massachusetts. And this one is in New York. It gives an address to his brother Antonio. So that's what you want to look for in these passenger lists. This is the key. They were supposed to have a sponsor, someplace where they were actually going. And a lot of times people might have the same name. In fact, there was an Antonio Ramasco that I looked up earlier, and he was born the same year, and I thought, oh, I found him. But he was going to someplace in New York, and there was somebody else on the page, and I realized that was not, he was married, and my Antonio Ramasco that I was looking for was not married when he came. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to show you on Ancestry. But you can also go to heritagestatueofliberty.org. Now this is always hard for me to find. I need to make sure I have this bookmarked. But you can do a passenger search. And so you come here and you just type in the last name, first name and last name, and search results. And once you do that, you can actually put in more information, and it comes up with it. Let's just type in Schwartz and see what comes up. We're going to get hundreds of names. I have a Robert Schwartz, but I can't find him. I don't know when he came. Thinking maybe he came through Canada. But this one, it gives you over here, action passenger record. That gives you the ship and the ship manifest. Now this is probably what you want to look at. Oh, and I forgot, I'm not signed in. I'm not going to go ahead and do that now, but you want to look at that ship manifest. That's really the information you want. That's what we've been looking at on those other records. Anyways, that's another way to find passenger lists. Hopefully this is helpful to you. Happy hunting!